I want to introduce you to a personal friend of mine. This is an M41a Pulse rifle, 10 millimeter, with an over and under 30 millimeter pump action grenade launcher. Feel the weight.
So in this video, I'm going to review the Hasbro Pulse M41A Alien Pulse rifles that I bought. Now, I ordered these things about 2 years ago, and I just got them today. Now, there's two of them, as you can see, but the thing about it was, even though there's two of them right there, as you can see, I actually ordered another two of them, and the other two orders didn't ship yet. So these things are basically collector's items and limited edition NERF, obviously. I believe they come with their own battery. No, I guess not. It says not included. 4 1.5 volt batteries. Is that C? LR14? I think these are C batteries. Jesus Christ, I gotta go to the freaking dollar store for this shit. Who the fuck keeps C batteries around? Oh, this part is taped to it. So let me carefully try to remove that. So the color scheme on these things is like bright yellow. So they kind of made it look like Ripley's power loader. Some people might not like the color scheme, but the reason obviously they did that is because this way these things aren't a dangerous color. You know, now these things can, you know, to the untrained eye, they could look like real rifles, which I find ironic since it's actually easier now to buy a real rifle than it is to buy one of these. Because you think about it, I ordered this thing 2 years ago, or I ordered these things 2 years ago, and they just came now. Meanwhile, if I want to go to the store and buy another AR-15, I can walk in and out of that store 30 minutes, have myself a brand new AR-15. So this is the M41a Alien Pulse Rifle. And it looks heavier than it actually is. It's actually not that heavy. The stock is not collapsible, so I guess Joe Biden must have gotten to them and made it so you can't have collapsible stocks, which also reminds me of another thing. First of all, anybody who watches my channel, you know I'm pro Second Amendment, and you know pretty much what weapons I have that I've made videos of. But what I should point out is the fact that as far as I'm concerned, and I know this doesn't have anything to do with it, as far as I'm concerned, AR pistols are fucking rifles. Those are not pistols, those are rifles. Now, just because something has a stock that doesn't make it look like a rifle, or just because something is the size that doesn't make it look like a rifle, then no, those things are rifles. It would be like if I took a Bradley tank and I shorten the cannon on it and then say, yeah, it's not a tank, it's an APC. It's like, come on, man, that's a tank. You know it's a tank. Now, I'm not saying that should, you know, make the laws harsher or less restrictive against them. I'm just saying those things are rifles. Now this, they had to make it a nice bright color because they don't want anybody thinking that these things are real guns. And as you can see, it's a pretty big gun, basically. And it has two modes of fire, just like in the movie. So they have a dart that you can fire.
Counter read 0 here.
I press this up?
That's right. And get another one in quick. Slap it in hard.
Right.
You're ready to rock and roll.
What's this?
That's a grenade launcher. I don't think you want to mess with that.
You started this. Show me everything.
And this is air that uses, it has like a compressed pump, which fires the small BBs, the little yellow NERF BBs, but then they have the darts that get fired by the grenade launcher. So this is the only one I'm going to open. I'm not going to open the other one over there or any of the other ones that come. So I bought this. I don't know. I'm it's like when you have your mom or something watching Home Shopping Network and then they show something and you just get compelled to buy it. I bought this because I just wanted it. I saw it. I thought it was interesting. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy it. You know, a lot of the stuff that they say is limited edition. You never really know how many of them they're going to make. But I said, yeah, I'm just going to buy it. So I got one for myself. I got one for my chick. And then I have another two coming. And I'll probably give those as gifts These things were $100 each. So when I ordered it, I don't know what they're selling them for now. When I ordered it, it was $103 with tax. And so that's it. So basically the operation is really simple. With one finger, you have to hold the bottom trigger, and that starts the motor. And the motor is going to fire the small BBs. With the second finger, you pull the main trigger, and that fires the BBs. The smaller shot for the that dart, you pull here and it fires the dart, so that simulates the grenade launcher. And then they have a slide release here, and the slide release holds a certain number of whatever in there. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't actually, you know what this thing does? This thing has a 10-shot clip, and then it has a 3-shot. It has space for 3 of these larger darts. So this thing doesn't actually fire BBs. For some reason, I thought it fired BBs. It doesn't fire BBs, it fires darts. The clip is really, really, really light. This weighs almost nothing. It's very, very hollow. It's very, very light. It may only weigh like within a couple of grams, basically, maybe an ounce. If you, I'd have to measure it to be sure. But it's a very, very light clip, and it only holds 10 rounds. So I guess maybe Joe Biden did get to NERF, because that's what they've done to New Yorkers. If you own AR-15s or if you own any semi-automatic rifle, you're limited to loading it to 10 rounds. And I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. So basically what they've done is they've done every possible thing they could to cripple the law-abiding citizen. Meanwhile, the fucking criminals are walking around with Dracos and AR-15s, with drum magazines, AK-47s with drum magazines. But by law, you can only have 10 rounds. What kind of stupid shit is that? Huh? I don't even know what to say. It's ridiculous. But, you know, I may have to make a edited version of this video, because the thing about it is I always let politics guide my hand. But I may, you know what I may do? I may make a second video, and it may be an edited version of this video to make it more kid friendly. But the reality is, you know, as a gun owner in New York State, I'm very, very frustrated. You know, so you know that's just what it is. Because as far as I'm concerned, this thing should have a collapsible stock, and just like those new gel blasters that they sell in Walmart, and the gel blasters are more expensive than this was. Those things hold like 200 or 300 BBs. My thing is, this gun is designed in the movies to fire 99 rounds, right? So if the gel blasters can have 200 or 300 BBs in them, why can't they make one of these that loads BBs maybe in the top, drops them into the chamber, and then fires them out, and have it so that you can hold 100 of them? Now, there's a digital counter here, and the digital counter keeps track of, I guess, how many times you fire the thing, so you can either raise or lower the number of bullets. But once again, this thing only holds 10 rounds. I don't know what I was thinking. I really believe that it actually held more. I really thought it held 100, because I thought that they were going to make it more accurate to the film, but they obviously didn't, you know. And, you know, it's funny because in the movies, the counter is on the side where it's, you know, the least practical place to have it. But that was all, you know, movie effect. You know, in reality, if they were going to put an ammo counter, they should put it like right here, like in the Halo games where you can actually see it as, you know, the bullets fly out. You can actually see the counter. To have to look at the side of the rifle, that makes no sense whatsoever, but that was a movie prop. So, this is it. So I don't know how many people ordered these things, but they should be getting their arrivals very soon, because they just started shipping them out. Again, the color scheme is really, really bright, so nobody mistakes this for a real gun. I mean, it's got safety orange all over it. And then, you know, in real life, you can actually get Tommy guns, and you can actually modify them to make them look like pulse rifles. But I hope somebody, some gun manufacturer, would actually make a rifle replica of the M41A, because if they did, and they made it with maybe 22 caliber ammo, so that this way you can get 100 rounds in there. Because usually the only people who make guns like that is who makes those? Calico made them, but there's a new company that makes guns that hold that many rounds. It'll come back to me, but they have like a pistol that they were advertising on guns.com, and it holds like 50 to 100 rounds, similar to the P90, and it has like a helical magazine that turns, and it loads bullets into the chamber and it fires them. I thought that was pretty interesting. Can't remember the name of it, but it'll come back to me. But yeah, that's it. So, you know, collector item. Anybody who wants a NERF blaster, if you want, because see, everybody, I've noticed everybody's getting these gel blasters. I saw some kids playing with those things in a parking lot the other day, and those gel blasters, it's kind of weird because a lot of those things look like real guns, and the last thing you want is the cops coming up to you and thinking that you got a real gun. This, however, is 100% safe because nobody in their right mind would confuse this with a real gun. So, you know, I guess, you know, for the safety of your children, I mean, you know, that's probably a good thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some batteries together, and I'm going to charge this bastard up and play with it a little bit just to show you how it works. Just for reference, these are the main bullets, I guess you could call them, and they're very soft darts. You got to be careful not to lose these. 10 of them fit into this clip magazine, whatever you want to call it. And one, you know, to tell you the truth, it's like I really wish they had used this. I really wish this had been a gel blaster. Now, this is where the C batteries have to go. As you can see, 4 C batteries goes into that panel. And in the top, you have to load a single dart. So you can't even load them one after the next. And after you load it, you have to pump it just like you would a shotgun. And then you have to pull the main grenade launcher trigger in order to get it to fire. So, as you can see, you know, this would have been better as a gel blaster. The darts, those could go, I guess, as grenades, but I think the main gun would have been better as a gel blaster. I'd like to point out something, and I haven't really noticed this in a long time because I haven't had to shop for batteries in a long time. First of all, nobody uses C batteries in anything anymore, but I'd like to point out that 4 C batteries is damn near $10, you know? And if you're using batteries, usually they use AA batteries. It's like AA batteries are just so much easier to get. I guess I might as well, while I'm here, I think grab a pack of, no, I might as well get a pack of these because of my remotes. But then again, I really don't need those because I had a remote, but I had 4 batteries. You know, I'll just get 4, yeah. I don't know. Because what are these? The Ever-Ready, these things are expensive, fuck. Who the hell uses C batteries, though? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah, I think I'll get this one. But then again, for just, you know, twice the price, you get twice as many. So I might as well just get these. This is bullshit. My recommendation to you is that you should definitely get yourself rechargeable C batteries if you plan on having kids play with this thing a lot. But again, I was really wondering, why is it that batteries were so expensive? And then I realized that between the passport bros and all of those independent women out there who don't need a man, well, C and D batteries are being sucked up because they need those batteries for their toys. Okay, yeah, that was a joke. So anyway, as soon as I put the batteries in, it turned on. I'm guessing this has an automatic off. So basically, there's a counter there. It doesn't do anything until you load the clip or the magazine, because I know some asshole will try, oh yeah, it's not a clip, it's a magazine. So basically, you just slide that in there, and it automatically goes to 10. Now, you can dial it up, but there's no point in dialing it up because the thing only shoots 10 rounds. So basically, as soon as you squeeze the trigger, you hear the motor. Now, the motor right now, it's not extremely loud, but it's loud enough to be annoying. The spin up and spin down is a little bit annoying. Once again, I'm just going to say it just like this. This thing should have been a gel blaster. Had this been a gel blaster, you could put 100 rounds in it easily, right up here in the top, and you'd be able to fire off round after round after round, and it'd be really, really easy. But having these stupid ass darts, that means that now you got to be careful just so you don't lose the damn darts. You know, I think that was a dumb move. So anyway, basically, here, I'm going to just shoot them in the box just so you understand how this thing looks. Okay, so I fired 2 rounds. Because this is a pulse rifle and it has the sound from the movie, the sound simulates a lot of rounds being fired very quickly. But even in the movie, this thing fires rounds really quickly. Like, I think they're able to empty an entire clip in like less than 10 seconds or something like that. But, and now I gotta fucking find these things. I gotta get up and find these goddamn things. Hold on, I fired off 3, so that means I gotta find 3. Noting, the gun will automatically turn itself off after you haven't used it for about a minute or 2. So that helps it conserve battery power. Furthermore, the gun can't be fired unless the magazine is inserted. Other than that, there's the shotgun, which is basically the grenade launcher. You can't hold more than 1 round at a time, and you have to basically fire them 1 at a time. So, you know, all that's worth consideration. So basically, you have to load it each time. You have to pump it in order to give it the air it needs. Then you have to change the way you hold the grip, because you think about it, you only have 2 hands. So you're going to have to pump it with 1 hand and then take that hand, move that hand back here to the trigger in order to hold the trigger and to fire it. And when you fire it, boom, right? Now, when the gun is active, what I've noticed is, yes, it reads 10. You can increase the number beyond 10. You can increase it all the way up to like 99. The shotgun or the grenade launcher will continue to make it sound. So the shotgun is basically on its own. It can do whatever it wants. However, if you pull the magazine out, the gun will not make the firing sound at all. So basically, I'm gonna empty this thing right into the basket, like just so you can see how quickly it empties out. The gun will not fire if that magazine is not in there. So I don't know if that's a safety precaution or what, but yeah, let's empty it out. Once it runs out, it doesn't make the sound anymore. Now, if you can make more sounds without the bullets in it. So that was actually a good idea for them to do that. So let's raise it all the way up. 51, 56, okay, that's 99, right? So you can see how quickly it can empty itself out when you're firing it. Okay, so as you can see, it takes a good long while for this thing to empty itself out when you go full auto, right? Again, I hate saying this over and over and over and over. I really think this would have been better as a gel blaster. Now, I don't know how long gel blasters are going to be sold, because I think there's probably going to be some backlash against them because there's been a couple of shootings related to people using those things. So I don't know how long gel blasters are going to be sold. However, the mechanism for firing and the ammunition, I think gel blaster makes way more sense than using these darts. The grenade launcher, yeah, you could get away with using the dart for the grenade launcher, but I really, really think this would have been a better gun if you could just load BBs into the top of it, gel blaster BBs, and just fire them. And as far as I know, the gel blaster BBs are environmentally recyclable. Like, the environment can actually break them down, I believe. But I really think more people would have had way more fun with that. So I'm just going to treat this as what it is. This is a limited edition item. And for what they say, it's a limited edition item. I'm going to basically put this on the shelf next to the rest of my collection items. And that's basically it. So I bought, what, 4 of these things. And so this one's going on my shelf. 2 of them are gifts. 1 of them's for my chick. So that's basically that. So if you have any questions about it that I didn't cover, you can ask them and I'll be sure to answer them. I don't know what this retails for now, like, because when I bought it, it was a while ago. I mean, it was 2 years ago when I bought it. I don't know what they're asking for these things now, but it cost me $103. So I don't know if they're still making them or if it's just sold out. I really don't know. I'll probably look into it and I'll add that to the URL section if I get more information. But that's what this is. And I just think it's so ironic that if they built this if they made a real gun out of this, it would be easier for me to buy the real gun than it would be for me to buy the fake one. I just really think that's just ironic. Because it's funny, I see a lot of reviews for these things. A lot of people in the United Kingdom, Britain, they bought some of these guns already, these Pulse NERF guns. And the funny thing is, over there, they can't get rifles. I can walk into a store right now and I can walk out with a shotgun or an AR-15. They can't do that. And this is the best that they can do. So I just find that really interesting. But this is just a collector piece, basically. And you tell me what you think about it. Personally, I don't know if I still would have bought it had I had to do all over again. Maybe I still would have because it's, a collector item. I don't know if I would have bought it again. I really wish this was a BB gun. Had this been a CO2 BB gun that used like dual CO2 canisters and .177 ball bearings, oh, I'd buy this in a second because, you get 400 or 500 feet per second out of this. That would be absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
To be continued.